Hi explorers, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Synchronicity. Last time we got to know a bit more about the hunter, and we also exchanged some things for some other things. The hunter's den was closed, but we cut the wire with our gloves and wire cutters, and we got electrical tape from that. We also got the information that he needs fuel and we need batteries for our GPS. So if we find a way to give him fuel, we will get our batteries. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, let's continue to see if we can find a way to get some fuel. We have this
door leads to
it.
I can hear the buzz of electricity.
But I don't know how to get in there. I guess we can't go anywhere around here. One way we could get fuel, I guess, is the motorcycle. But I wonder how we could get close to it with the guards around. So might not be the right solution.
This home already has.
Let's see if anything have changed down here. We still have a way to get down.
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight. Underneath the surface, there must be many more of these stone things I see sticking out of the water. No doubt they're the remains of a structure that sank here.
Yep. Can't say that I see anything here that could be useful for us. Worth checking out. So let's talk to
Prolonged contact with these animals would be detrimental to my health. I'm not going to talk to them anymore.
Okay.
Oh no. It's like, well, everything. Good God.
What to do, what to do.
Hey, you guys.
You talking to us?
See here, Rose is talking about baby son. We've already talked about
I don't have any.
Okay. You paid for her. The door to the van is open to you all night long.
Yes, so I've gathered.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead. You came back.
Hello, Rose. I'd like to talk to you.
Yes, Mr. Sleepyhead. I know it's, but I'm not.
Why not?
Because I asked, aren't we?
Yes, of course, but Rose.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. I have something, but I won't give it.
Goodbye, Rose.
No, will you help me, Miss? Be my.
I'll try, Rose.
Yeah. So, you...
I think it needs a little more work. This doesn't look very much like a real cradle. I'm afraid even Rose would agree with me on that.
Okay, so could I attach?
Let's see. I'll use the electrical tape to join these two objects.
Okay.
The bad news is that I just used up all the electrical tape.
Yeah. But now we have a cradle.
You've brought me a cradle for my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead. This is no use. It's not like the one in the picture. It's too low. It doesn't have any legs. Don't you see? I want one as tall as the one in the picture.
Okay, don't worry, Rose. I'll keep looking. Since it's made of wood, I can use the nails to attach something to it. But what? Out of the question. That wouldn't serve any... This plastic bag is designed to hold the remains of the dissolved, so I'm not putting that inside there right now.
Okay.
I can't use these two. It's an ID. Authorized Vehicle Pass. It's the ID that allows the cleanup brigades to get in and out of the hospital compound in their macabre ambulances. From what I can tell, the Army can pump you full of lead if you try to come through the gate without one of these.
So we created a cradle, but she doesn't want it. So what good did that do? I wonder.
In the flames, all the hopes and dreams of...
Some light switch here or something. Nothing. Railing.
Great. It's a hell of a drop, and the railing wobbles when you touch it. Awesome. Wait a minute though. Isn't the idea of installing this to make it safe for people to cross from one side to the other?
Well, you could think that.
There's a bunch of papers stuck to the door of the closet. There seems to be some type of bureaucratic form among them.
Oh, interesting. Brigade mission number 19 of 36. Medical staff 2, army staff 2, estimated time 3 hours. GPS. You must enter the complete address to the target location. Make sure to update the geographic database. Disease test. Green, not infected. Red, infected. Long range rifles in main armory. Pickup. Okay, so here we have priority objectives, minimum risk. Sienda Andrian. On Tiny Tent, Spain. Thong Edwin. Simbu, Malaysia. Grand German. 940925 Margaret, France. Butchcraft, Christina, Flushing, New York, USA. Kibblers Lake, Chicago, USA. Frey Roscoe, Sydney, Australia. Ditcher Rushkel, London, England. Lichner Tanya, Innestadt, Germany. Bonnet Johan, Russia, Spain. Vlad Andrea, Madrid, Spain. Monero Palermo, Madrid, Spain. Reigns Andres, Madrid, Spain. Larvo Alberto, Oviedo, Spain. Margot Carlos, Madrid, Spain. And Caldrian Ruben, Madrid, Spain.
Military personnel, GPS, targets, rifles. I'm afraid what's described on these pages doesn't have very much to do with typical medical activities in a hospital.
Okay, so neutralized objectives. So we've done a lot of work here. So I guess these are the backers that got their name in this report. I'm sorry if I misread any names. I'm not familiar with all those names.
More of that official propaganda. Your silence is the enemy. Help the cleanup brigades is the slogan of this poster.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd gain any. Unlike his neighbors, this door is hanging open. All I see inside are remnants of stickers and torn photographs. It looks like someone left in a hurry, without even saying goodbye.
Okay. Maybe we use this with this.
Why would I want to put this in there?
I don't know, dude. Why are you so fascinated by putting things inside of other things? I thought you might attach it to or something.
The nurse's silhouette seems to fade in the light of this lamp. I'm afraid that after so many months cooped up in here, Uma is nothing more than a ghost.
Well, let's talk to her again.
Hello.
See if we can get anything new.
Could you tell me again what this place is used for?
This medical center was built just after the Great Wave, taking advantage of some abandoned underground facilities. That was when the authorities were beginning to work on their project to rebuild the city. They told us the building was going to be used to take in the first patients. Of course, we had no idea the disease would become so widespread. I left my job in a clinic downtown to come here. I wanted to lend a hand. They demanded total confidentiality about our work to avoid causing panic in the population. Not even my father knew what we were really doing in here.
Yes. He told me that when I asked him about this place.
At first, we treated the patients with great care. There was medicine to ease their suffering and even research into a possible cure. Everything was going smoothly.
And then what happened?
Things started to go wrong. When the number of patients multiplied, we couldn't keep up. And then we began to run out of even the most basic supplies. And that was when the army took over complete control of the center.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Then they sealed off the building. No one was allowed to leave, not even us. We doctors and nurses have been shut in here for months, isolated without even a glimpse of daylight. They say it's for security reasons. It's for our own safety. Oh yeah. Now our medical care is limited to wrapping up the patients in plastic bags, like the ones they use to transport cadavers, and then simply waiting for them to die, doing what little we can do to ease their suffering. Then we dispose of their remains, dissolving the black bags in acid for decontamination. And that's about it. That's all we can do with the resources we have, and sometimes it's just too much to bear.
Tell me everything you know about the dissolved.
These people suffer the most excruciating pain and die in the most horrible way I've ever seen. The first symptoms are bouts of nausea and fainting, which become more frequent and prolonged as the disease progresses, until in the end their entire metabolism enters a state of shock. Then their entire cell structure dissolves. It simply disintegrates. There's no medical explanation. It just happens. But there's something even stranger about the disease.
What could be stranger than what you just told me?
The dissolved become erratic, unpredictable, eccentric. They're uncontrollable. That's why the army fears them. They're afraid of their unpredictable behavior, but also of their strange messages. So the sole function of this place is to keep them locked away, hidden, and under the army's control, until death takes them off their hands, one by one. It's also why people who harbor the dissolved are punished, and it's also the reason for the existence of the cleanup brigades.
What do you know about the cleanup brigades?
Those savages, I despise them. They're like predatory animals, heartless and unscrupulous. The rest of the staff refuses to share the facilities with them, so their lockers are out in the hallway. That's where they keep everything they need for their hunting expeditions. The GPSs, the disease detection tests, their ID badges.
Uma, I should be going now.
Talk to my father, Michael. Tell him that I'm all right, that he shouldn't worry, that we'll be seeing each other soon, very soon.
Well, I would do that if I found him again.
Hundreds of the dissolved packed like sardines in this hall, waiting for the end. The sound of their screams is blood-curdling. If there's a hell in this new world, it's sure as hell right down there.
Use the Christmas lights on the building.
The lights are broken and burnt out. So Beechwood Oracle is in fact a location, but what kind? Why was Reverend Blake carrying this card around? And why does that voice inside my head keep telling me to go there at any cost? Tomorrow comes today. There's something about the composition that's strangely familiar to me. Some memory related to my former life, perhaps? Or maybe it's just a memory glitch caused by the Great Wave.
See anything specific in this poster? I guess he says
I can't. It's as if there's some. What the hell is.
says the same thing over and over.
With the help of a pair of bolt cutters, all electrified fences cease to seem so menacing. That's a proven fact.
Yep. You proved that last time.
This business card, so I have no intention of letting go. It doesn't seem like a good idea.
Wonder if I could show the bracelets to Hunter, perhaps?
Hey, Hank. What if I told you I know where you can get more fuel than you've ever dreamed of?
Don't call me that again, dude. Like I told you, that man died in the Great Wave. But you have aroused my curiosity. So, where is this place? Information like that is well worth the batteries you need.
A few hours ago, I found a way to get into the medical center you told me about in the outskirts of the city. It's much bigger than it looks like from the outside, and it uses enormous generators to power its electrical system. They're storing hundreds of barrels of fuel in a huge depot, which is hidden behind a fence that goes all the way around the compound. It's invisible from the outside.
Yeah, and I suppose you brought those hundreds of barrels to the camp to bargain with me.
No, but I do have the key that will let you and your men get them out of there without raising suspicion. It's a vehicle pass for entering the compound, stamped by the Army.
That's a very interesting story, dude. I'll have to do some checking, but it sounds promising. Now, if what you're saying is true, you're going to make one weary old bear very happy. But if you're lying, I'll find you wherever you try to hide, and I'll maul you with my paws right on the spot.
So you'll give me the batteries in exchange for the ID?
Deal. The ID is now mine. Here are the batteries you asked for.
Great.
Hey, Mike, wait. Before you go. I've been thinking about it, and now it's my turn to propose a deal to you.
A deal?
Yeah, listen. Me and my boys don't like leaving the camp any more than we have to. We're a bit too well known and sought after by the pigs out there, if you get my drift.
I see.
All that talk about the medical center, the fuel and the ID got me curious. I need to get the lay of the land, to check out some things and work out a plan. But I can't expose myself. It would look very suspicious if I were to be seen poking around out there.
Of course. And what do you need from me?
Bring us enough information about that depot for us to make a plan. I'm talking diagrams, coordinates, maps, or better yet, a photo. Bring back what I'm asking for, and I'll give you whatever you want in return. What is it you need, dude?
Let's see here.
Oh, I don't need much. Just for someone to recover the old world and bring it back.
I'm afraid you're asking too much, Mike. For now, the laws of physics are the only thing from the past that me and my men haven't managed to subvert. In any case, I wouldn't try to prevent that great wave, even if I knew how to do it. Things are fine just the way they are. You know how it is. God, or the devil, has been very good to me.
Well, it was worth a try. I could get my life
Could you make
back.
it so I get my life back?
Your life? Oh yeah, I remember now. You're a blank head. You told me you had no memory of your past. Listen, dude, be careful about what you wish for, because maybe what you're looking for isn't what you want to find. Are you sure there's anything in that black hole worth bringing back? We're at a new beginning. This is the start of a new era, and you've woken up in it without any baggage. Enjoy it, Mike.
Okay.
Do you know the trailer where Rod Atkinson and his wife live?
Yes, of course. I know Rod, that hypocritical busybody. He still thinks that with his old world morality, he can save everyone in the camp. He's a real pain in the ass, dude.
They have a young son, Colin. I can't tell you why, but I need to be alone with the kid, just for a few minutes. You have to make a commotion outside to keep Rod and his wife distracted long enough. Keep them busy for a few minutes. Find any excuse, but I need time alone with that boy.
You never cease to amaze me, Mike. I don't know what you've got in mind, but it's none of my business. Bring me the information I asked you for. Bring me that photo of the fuel depot of the hospital, and I promise you'll have all the time you need to do whatever it is you want to do with that boy. And my complete discretion, of course.
I don't know what idea is percolating in the hunter's sick mind right now, but I have to play along to avoid having to explain anything. I gotta make sure he doesn't find out about the boy's illness. Deal. But nobody gets hurt, okay?
Bring me that photograph of the fuel depot at the hospital, and we'll do whatever's strictly necessary.
Okay. That went well. So the idea gave us a lot of new information. And some batteries.
Okay, let's see if this device still works. Huh, it works, but what do we have here? It's a list with hundreds of names, places, and addresses, and a map of the city.
Okay.
It's the device the cleanup brigades use to navigate during their raids. Sort of an electronic map. It looks like some satellites are actually still working after the Great Wave. I just have to enter an address, and this screen will show me where it is.
So let's do that.
Okay, let's enter the address shown on the card from Beechwood Oracle, 24 Mametz Wood Street. The map shows me a place near downtown. Let's go have a look.
And we're in the dead zone. Actually made progress. Nice. I think this is a really good place to take a break. I really hope that you liked this video, and if so, give it a like, share it with your friends, and leave a nice comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos in this series. And I really hope to see you in the next one.